and Eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The man accused of killing United Health CEO Brian Thompson has been indicted for murder. According to court documents this afternoon, Luigi Mangion has been indicted on numerous charges, including murder in the first degree and murder in the second degree as a crime of terrorism. A charge of murder in the first degree is rare because it requires special elements related to the crime. If convicted of that charge, Mangion faces a sentence of 20 years to life in prison. Investigators are trying to figure out a motive in Monday's deadly shooting at a private Christian school in Wisconsin. 2 people were killed, and police believe the 15-year-old girl who carried out the attack died by suicide. CBS's Ian Lee reports from Madison, Wisconsin.
Authorities in Madison, Wisconsin are working to piece together how Monday's tragedy at Abundant Life Christian School unfolded.
At this time, it appears that the motive was a combination of factors. We're talking to students to understand whether bullying was one of those multiple factors.
Madison police responded to the scene just 3 minutes after getting a 911 call about an active shooter from a second-grade teacher, rather than from a student, as they initially said.
Got a call coming in at Abundant Life Christian Church that's advising someone was shot.
Once inside, police say they found the 15-year-old suspect, identified as Natalie Samantha Ruppnow, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and recovered a 9mm handgun. Officials believe she killed a fellow student, teacher, and injured at least 6 others. Yesterday, authorities raided the suspected shooter's home about 8 miles away from the school.
Everyone was targeted in this incident, and everyone was put in equal danger.
As the investigation continues, students are recounting what happened as the shooting unfolded. Nora, a second grader, said she heard a teacher screaming for help.
I was really scared and I was really sad.
Her father waited hours to be reunited with her and her brother, who is also a student there.
Seeing 10, 12, 15 ambulances really scared me, thinking that one of my children might be the one.
Tuesday, bus drivers and school monitors placed flowers at a growing memorial.
It's a sad situation, and we're going to, keep the community uplifted, keep the faith.
Police say they're working to determine if a circulating document was written by the shooter and are examining other material taken from her home. Ian Lee, CBS News, Madison, Wisconsin.
Police say 2 of the injured have already been released from the hospital. A candlelight vigil is scheduled for tonight in Madison following that shooting. The man accused in the 2023 deadly stabbing of Cash App founder Bob Lee has been found guilty of second-degree murder. But the San Francisco jury did not convict tech consultant Neiman Momeni of first-degree murder. Prosecutors argued that Momeni stabbed the 43-year-old tech mogul with a knife after arguing about Momeni's sister, but Momeni testified that Lee had attacked him over a joke. The second-degree murder charge carries a sentence of 16 years to life. Accused serial killer Rex Heuermann has been charged with killing a 7th woman. He pleaded not guilty in New York Tuesday morning. According to a superseding indictment, he's charged with the murder of Valerie Mack. Mack's partial remains were found in eastern Long Island in November 2000. Heuermann was arrested in July 2023 and charged with murdering 4 women whose bodies were found on Gilgo Beach in 2010. Russia's investigative committee says a senior Russian general has been killed by a bomb in Moscow. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was chief of Russia's nuclear, biological, and chemical protection troops. He was killed outside an apartment building less than 5 miles from the Kremlin. Russia's investigative committee says the bomb was hidden in an electric scooter. Ukraine officials claimed responsibility for the bomb.
Overall, we had a quiet day across eastern Kentucky. We started the day off with cloudy skies, and then the clouds dissipated as we rolled into the afternoon hours. Here's the latest with live pinpoint Doppler radar right now, scanning the skies and showing a clean sweep across all of eastern Kentucky, and will stay clear to start your evening, but then the rain chances will ramp up. We'll talk about that coming up in the next check of weather. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We're at 54 in Somerset, 54 in Monticello, 50 in Williamsburg. London and Manchester's at 53, Harlan's at 55, and then 40s from Pikeville to Clintwood over towards the Grundy area. So we'll drop down into the mid to upper 40s for tonight. We'll stay mainly clear until we get to about that 2-3 o'clock time frame. Then the rain chances start to pick up. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures again in the 40s and 50s will greet you with the rain chances and the forecast. Now, coming up in the first alert forecast, we'll talk about everything you need to know about Wednesday, as well as a sneak peek of the weekend. I'll tell you this right now, cooler temperatures are in the forecast. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. One of President-elect Donald Trump's more controversial cabinet picks was on Capitol Hill today, courting support from senators. CBS's Christian Benavidez has more from West Palm Beach, where Trump is holding high-profile meetings of his own.
Really productive, really good. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Trump's controversial Health and Human Services pick, returned to Capitol Hill Tuesday to shore up support from senators.
My assumption is he wouldn't take the job unless he were in agreement with President Trump's policies and ready to implement them.
If confirmed, RFK Jr., a vaccine skeptic, would oversee the FDA and CDC. During an hour-long news conference at Mar-a-Lago Monday, Trump sought to calm nerves about that prospect.
I think he's going to be much less radical than you would think. I think he's got a very open mind, or I wouldn't have put him there.
This week, there's been renewed scrutiny on RFK Jr.'s attorney and a petition he filed in 2022 for the FDA to revoke approval of the polio vaccine. GOP Senator and polio survivor Mitch McConnell called any effort to undermine that vaccine dangerous. Back here in Florida, CBS News has confirmed Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos is meeting with the president-elect, the latest in a string of tech and entertainment industry sit-downs before Trump takes office. Tuesday's Mar-a-Lago meeting most recently follows a visit from the CEO of TikTok. The company just asked the Supreme Court to block a ban on the app, set to begin January 19th, one day before Trump's inauguration.
I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok.
CBS has also confirmed Trump's team has filed a lawsuit against the Des Moines Register and pollster J. Ann Selzer, citing violations of the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act over a poll before the election showing Vice President Kamala Harris leading in the state, which did not materialize. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Amid all his victories, Trump did experience a setback after a New York judge rejected an effort by Trump to toss a criminal conviction related to the so-called hush money case. The FBI and Homeland Security have sent new technology to detect those mysterious drones above New Jersey. Sightings have been reported in at least 6 states now, and the FBI sifted through more than 5,000 tips in just the last few weeks. White House officials say agents are following about 100 leads.
After all that analysis over the last several days, we believe that the vast majority of these drones, of these sightings, represent commercial drones, law enforcement drones, hobbyists, and of course, as I've said before, civil aviation aircraft. There's absolutely no indication at this point that there's a national security threat or a public security threat based on what we know today.
The Federal Aviation Administration released a video explaining the rules for drone operation in an attempt to educate the public. The FBI also warned people not to aim lasers or weapons at suspected drones. Representative Jerry Connolly will be the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee in the next Congress. According to multiple sources, he won the majority in a House Democratic caucus vote on Tuesday. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had challenged Connolly for the job. The current top Democrat on the committee, Jamie Raskin, is stepping down to lead Democrats on the Judiciary Committee. Americans' confidence in the U.S. judicial system is dropping. A new Gallup poll found it now stands at 35%. That's down 24 percentage points from 2020. According to Gallup, few countries have seen a drop this large over a 4-year span. Those that have were plagued with economic and political turmoil or civil war. Meanwhile, public confidence in the judiciary of other developed nations has remained stable, with the median confidence at 55%. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30.